The United States has withdrawn from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but one expert says the TPP will still benefit Taiwan because many key nations are still in. This economist says Taiwan should still try to join the TPP. The government says Taiwan will strengthen trade ties with other Asian nations while continue trade talks with the U.S.
U.S. President Donald Trump signed a presidential memorandum withdrawing the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Zhonghua Institute for Economic Research Taiwan WTO and RTA Center Deputy Director Roy Lee says Trump's decision benefits Taiwan because there are still many major players, including Japan, Australia, and Canada, in the TPP. Therefore, Taiwan should not give up on membership. According to Lee, Trump's trade agenda may focus on individual bilateral agreements, and Taiwan can use this opportunity to pursue discussions on a free trade agreement with the U.S. The executive yuan says Taiwan will try to develop trade ties with other Asian nations and also reassess the direction of trade talks with the U.S. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says Taiwan will promote trade liberalization and pursue regional economic integration regardless of its TPP status. It will also continue to strengthen trade relations with the U.S. and pursue a free trade agreement with the U.S.
On January 23rd, U.S. President Donald Trump used an executive order to formally withdraw the United States from the negotiation process for the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which he considered horrible trade deals that put American workers at a disadvantage. So what exactly is TPP? It was originally envisioned as a trade zone led by the U.S. along with 11 countries around the Pacific Rim. Taken together, the TPP bloc will represent roughly 40% of the world's economic output, encompassing a collective population of 800 million people. Its aim is to reduce tariffs and to promote trade to boost economic growth. Additionally, it was supposed to help the 12 countries develop a closer relationship with the ultimate goal to set up a single market similar to the European Union. Two camps emerged from the debate over TPP. The first remains strongly oriented to free trade and worries that the exit may spell more trouble ahead. The other school of thought, however, has an emphasis on fairness, a more protectionist approach.
There is a strong view among the American people that the free trade had reached its critical turning point. And the United States has not been able to benefit from the free trade or so-called globalization. I think this is a time of reflection.
Outside of the United States, the impact of Donald Trump's decision is likely to go beyond trade. In much of Asia, the U.S. withdrawal may force other countries to come to terms with China, either to invite it to join the TPP or to move forward to the Chinese-led regional pact called RCEP as an alternative. Either way will give Xi Jinping more leeway to replace the United States and position China itself as an economic and military anchor in the Western Pacific.
The TPP was originally designed to become a leverage in the Asia-Pacific area when so many economies are heavily dependent on China. So this will be a way to, as a kind of deterrence for the U.S. and also Asian-Pacific countries. But now you are inviting almost like your rival into this framework. This would not be a good solution to TPP, but I don't think they have other choice.
Other regional fora also encountered a lot of difficulties, at least for Taiwan. For instance, RCEP is pretty much organized by China, and the rule set by China would inevitably bring some kind of difficulties for Taiwan to participate in.
To make matters worse, a shift in the balance of power from the U.S. to China may prove perilous for Taiwan. Cooling cross-strait relations make Taiwan's acceptance into RCEP highly unlikely. With the TPP's uncertain future and China's leadership in fostering Asian-Pacific economic integration, Taiwan is now at risk of regional marginalization.
Without the TPP, there are certainly many ways to ensure that our relations with the other TPP members will continue. For example, our government has promoted the New Southbound policy, and several of the TPP members are part of the New Southbound policy. At the same time, also, we can try to focus on bilateral relations. Asia-Pacific economic cooperation is a good platform to discuss cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region because it includes not only the United States, but also the TPP members as well as China. So the APEC, I believe, is a good platform to continue to discuss regional economic integration without the TPP.
In addition to strengthening economic links with other countries in the Asia-Pacific region, some experts believe that the government should step up efforts to sign a bilateral investment agreement with the United States, as it is our second largest trading partner. However, some also warn that since Taiwan needs the U.S. to survive the marginalization, it has put Taiwan in an unfair and unequal status. For example, Washington has urged Taiwan to allow the importation of its beef and beef products. This time, Taiwan may not be able to say no. Otherwise, it will face the risk of economic fallout.
If we push for this bilateral agreement, we will have to open up our market, domestic market, and there will be imports of American goods. So it will probably be met with a lot of resistance, especially from the agricultural sectors about the U.S. pork. So that's why we need to be prepared.
So what can we do to prepare the consequences of the U.S. withdrawal? Taiwan's current economic development goals are to complete the upgrade and transformation of its economic structure and formulate an economic and trade strategy in the next phase. To that end, the government is promoting the 5+2 development strategy and building economic links and cooperation with other economies in the region. So far, it's difficult to project what the end result will be. Consequently, the impact of the DPP's failure will have to be measured by what replaces it. Its impact will play out in the months to come, and Taiwan cannot afford to pay the price of not taking action.